What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crown Cinema Podcast. In this episode, we are breaking down
and literally just watched
Kill Bill. Both of them straight up 4.5 hours.
The whole bloody affair. That's a lot of killing.
A lot of killing.
I don't know about you, but I like a lot of killing in my movies.
I love a lot of killing in my movies.
This is a lot of killing. This almost broke me.
I had this, but I didn't write it down. How many deaths were in? Because the first half has all the deaths, and there's only 3 deaths in the second half.
Yeah.
I
I don't know if I'm trusting it.
No. I'm not willing to say just 100 plus.
Yeah.
There's definitely a number. You can definitely count them all on the screen. It's not like an explosion in a public building.
That video right there. What, we don't get a kill count?
Up here.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it. Okay, and that's it.
86
so
90 kills.
Yes.
Shout out to Dark Cinema for the kill count.
Yeah. No shout out to Google AI, who just got lazy and was like, fuck it, 100 plus.
Which isn't even the case.
Dude, how did we already settle for lazy AI? How did we already get here?
They got us.
It just came out.
They got us, bro.
That's crazy that it's already like, God, I mean, these humans don't, they're lazy. But yeah, why should I put in all the work?
But yeah, so we went to the theaters, watched Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, 4.5 hours, 15-minute intermission between the two movies. And it's honestly, being 4.5 hours, it does feel long, but it's not boring.
Yeah, no, I was going to say it really did not drag on. It was kind of just one of those things, especially with like the sun setting as quickly as it does now.
Yeah.
It just did not really feel like 4.5 hours.
No, like I've watched other movies that felt longer than this movie.
Yes.
That were not 4.5 hours.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend, like, if you're a fan of the Kill Bills and you just have like a day to just not do anything, I would go check this out in theaters because it looks incredible.
And it's a fresh, you get some fresh takes. Like
it's pretty cool to see.
There's new things in it.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same exact thing.
Yeah. There's, you wouldn't believe it, but he actually put more killing in there.
Yeah.
And like more.
Actually, it's not that hard to believe he released his own cut with more killing.
He actually put more blood in there. Who would have thought? But it was just so cool watching it in theaters because we were too young to see this one.
Yeah, it came out.
I think I was 3 years old. Yeah,
It's a 2000 movie, right?
It's 2003, I believe.
2003, 2004.
I think it was like October is when the first volume came out, and then the second one came out like early 2004.
Okay.
Because he shot, like, they were done. It was ready to be released as a full movie.
I think that's the same with the Lord of the Rings. Like, they shot those all in like one go.
What are you talking about?
Like all the movies, I think they
no way.
It might have taken a break, but it was like planning like, okay, these are all the movies we're going to film now. Like,
did they really? I'm only saying that because I'm actually not like the biggest Lord of the Rings buff. That was never, I don't know why I've just never been able to get into them. I want to get into them. I know I'm missing out on something.
Now this is Google AI, so cut us some slack. But yes, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy was famously filmed back to back to back and concurrently in New Zealand from late 1990 to late 2000. A year. 3 long ass movies.
That's
14th month period.
That's pretty insane. Although, I mean, they damn near, I feel like they kind of had to do the same thing with the Harry Potter movies.
No, they needed the kids to grow up. But
no, I mean, like back to, like they couldn't just
take a 5-year break and have Harry be 13.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, whatever.
God. But with these, I mean, dude, Kill Bill, what I was really trying to say is like, it was very nice seeing it in the movie theater finally. Mm-hmm. Obviously back to back is intense, but it was nice.
It was nice.
I haven't had the luxury growing up actually being able to see Quentin Tarantino movies in theaters. I was too young for some of the best ones.
The only one I saw, we could have seen Django.
Could have. I just didn't.
I think because it came out 2016.
Django? No, that's 2012.
2012. Oh,
I couldn't have seen Django.
12 years old.
I could have seen Hateful Eight, but I did not see Hateful Eight in theaters.
Yeah, but I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That was my first Tarantino movie in theaters, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah. So this was really nice because, dude, I always forget Quentin Tarantino is so good with music in his movies. It was so nice, like hearing it in this one. I was like, God, like this is a ride, like on all aspects.
In the theater, because it's so loud, you really do notice the music a lot more. Where you're like, dude, it's just good music the whole time, getting you in the vibes constantly.
Yes.
Every time a big scene, it's not just like a score. It's like fun, good music, which is what I love about his movies.
Yeah.
And this one particularly.
Yeah.
But so like, if you want to go see the whole bloody affair, take a 4-hour journey down, they give you an extra scene in the anime sequence. There's a whole new, you get to see her kill somebody else, Pretty Ricky.
Yeah. And I didn't even think about that whenever I like watched the split versions.
Yeah.
You know, you don't even think about the fact that like there's no revenge given to the guy that like burns the apartment down and clearly was like a big help in killing her parents.
Yeah.
And he was evil.
Yeah.
And he gets a more brutal death. Spoiler alert. He gets a more brutal death than like the main boss that's a pedophile.
Yep.
And that's hard to believe because she splits him in half.
Yeah, they ended up cutting it from the original release because it didn't really add anything to the story. No. It was just basically a reiteration of what she already did. But watching it again in a 4.5 hour deal, you're willing to see it.
Well, it was pretty intense. Yeah. And again, it was just, it's very cool to see Quentin Tarantino, like obviously like just paying respect to his favorite things growing up. And like, I don't know. I'm amazed like Quentin Tarantino being such a big fan of this type of genre. And then like, I'm also proud of the fact that he like is also really good at it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's so cool that like, he's not only a big fan, but he also can play with his top tier heroes in the game.
Yeah. Because the movie has like 3 genres. He said this, each person she kills is a different genre of movie. Oren is Kung Fu movies, martial arts movies. What's the black lady's name? What's her character's name?
Oh man. Not the Black Mamba, which she's pissed about.
Yeah, she was like Cottonmouth or something. Bernita Green.
Okay.
Bernita Green. That's
what
like
genre is she?
Like black exploitation movies, which he grew up on.
Okay.
Which is like, like I forget the name of the movies, but it's like.
And then the third one's got to be spaghetti western.
Yeah, the third one's like western type movies.
Yeah.
So he grew up on all those movies. He had in his book, Cinema Speculation, he talks about how his mom dated a lot of black dudes, and so they would take him to the movie theater. So he'd watch all the movies that they like to watch.
Yeah.
And so he grew up on that type of movies. So he kind of threw some of that in here.
Yeah.
So it's like 3 different. What did he say? He said that Inglourious Basterds is his best movie.
Pulp Fiction. Okay, here it is.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is my favorite. Inglourious Basterds is my best. And then Kill Bill is the movie I was born to make.
Bro.
Only he could have made this movie.
Yes. And I think it's so funny. Like, just given like how his career has been going. Okay. So obviously like it doesn't totally start with Reservoir Dogs. We have broken down like other movies that he was heavily involved in.
Your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, True Romance. He was, he wrote that one. And then he was also involved in Natural Born Killers, although that got a little messy.
Yep.
So he had a name in the game with Hollywood before Reservoir Dogs. But Reservoir Dogs is that's what puts him on the map.
Yep.
Everybody's like, all right, we got to take this guy seriously, obviously. Then he follows it up with Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
Kind of the same underlying tone as Reservoir Dogs, just in the sense of like, it's just like this very real, like American type movie where like it's just showing you like, I think how Americans from what everybody else would think Americans act like, this is like a story just like that. And then he does Kill Bill.
I think he did Death Proof and Jackie Brown before that.
No, Death Proof comes after 2007, but you're right.
Sorry,
Jackie Brown. No, you're right. Jackie Brown did come before as well, which we will do Jackie Brown eventually. I'm a big fan of Jackie Brown. But again, Jackie Brown, kind of the same thing as Pulp Fiction, just in the sense of like, it's just like a good old like American story, like the dialogue, just all the things that they're doing, that sort of thing. Then he gets his big budget.
Yeah.
Then Hollywood gives him all this money and he's like, holy shit. He's like, that's a lot of blood that I can pay for. I heard so much fake blood.
I heard an interview that said he originally wanted the movie because him and Uma Thurman came up with this concept.
on Pulp Fiction,
on Pulp
right?
Fiction.
That's right.
The Fox Force 5 thing they talk about, that was like, what if that was a real movie? And they're kind of just brainstorming this thing. So he had this cool idea about the world's greatest assassins, this woman and all this and that. And he originally thought, okay, I'm just going to write this movie, make it just like a 90-minute little fun kung fu movie. Like, I'm not going to go anything crazy. And then he went fucking 200 pages later and finished Kill Bill and made it a 4-hour movie.
I know. It's so funny just seeing like all the fight scenes and pretty much how dramatic they are, each and every one of them. You know that Quentin Tarantino is just in whatever shacked up hole that he's writing these scripts in.
Yeah.
He's just like foaming at the mouth as he's writing this. He's like, yes, more blood.
You mentioned the blood. They used over 450 gallons of blood for this movie.
I wonder how much that costs. I wonder how much 450 gallons of Hollywood fake blood.
I know they spent like 60 grand on just swords alone.
God, that's a lot of money for blood.
Yeah.
I guess maybe, I don't know. I would, what is the budget for Kill Bill?
I think when they read the script, they gave him like 40 million immediately.
Around 30?
Yeah. Originally planned for one film as 55 million, but due to its length, it was split into 2 volumes, each with a reported budget around 30 million. So let's say call it 60.
About 60. Okay. And it went on to make 180.
Yep.
God, QT, man.
But so
that's
just
crazy.
Just to finish out what's different in the Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, the 4-hour original cut, how he intended the movie to be. You had the extra anime scene. There's no black and white during the Crazy 88 fight. I've always thought that was just a style choice. I never like looked into that or found out the reason why. But the reason why is because the Motion Picture Association was like, this ain't getting an R rating, buddy. This is going to be NC-17 because the amount of blood in here. And so they're like, okay, he changed it to black and white. And they're like, okay, that's good enough. That's not as gory. There's a lot more deaths in that scene. A lot more brutal and gory limbs getting chopped off.
I know, which is such a weird rule for them to have. Like, all right, it's got to be black and white. And then now it's rated R and not like NC-17 because like, dude, it's not just the blood. It is like these swords are chopping off limbs and like every single character that gets a limb chopped off is screaming bloody murder.
Yes.
And it can be brutal.
So I don't know if you noticed this too, but in that Crazy 88 fight, they actually removed a lot of the music because they added music in the original cut because it kind of lessened the violent impact of what's happening. Mm-hmm. But in this movie, they removed the music so you can just hear the blood squirting out, which makes it feel way more violent.
Dude, especially in the movie theater.
Yeah, like the music, I think the music comes in a lot later in the whole bloody affair. Versus it playing the whole time in the original cut. It's like you just get the way more brutal aspect in this whole bloody affair.
Yeah, but you know, that's what QT does. Like it reminds me of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that end scene, you know, there's no music. It is just straight up Cliff Booth brutally murdering these cult people.
Yep.
And like all you hear is the screams and the sound of him like smashing their skulls in. Mm-hmm. It's kind of that same exact feel.
Yep.
And like he just eliminates the music and you are just into, I guess, the chaos that is Quentin Tarantino's mind.
Yeah.
I guess that's just what Quentin Tarantino's head sounds like all the time.
Yeah. Well, I also heard that Uma Thurman said that the original scene with her in the coma, with the buck, you know, selling her body, there's a lot more in there. There's a lot worse. And she's on the interview and the guy's like, it was worse than what it was. She goes, way worse. And he's like, how could you have made it worse? She's like, and she goes, he's got a crazy imagination.
Yeah. No, granted, I know it could be worse. Like I get it. I understand that you could make it worse. But I think Quentin Tarantino, he understands like that just, it turns into a movie where it's like, holy shit. Like this is no longer like the fun movie. This is no longer like, okay, I can't wait for her to kill Buck. Mm-hmm. Obviously this is like, how could Uma Thurman's character like be okay after this?
Yeah.
You know,
I'll tell you what, dude, becoming a father and watching your wife become a mother.
Yeah.
Seeing her reaction after losing her baby hits so much different.
Damn, really?
You're like, fuck, dude, that would be brutal. Like when you watch it, you're like, yeah, that sucks. Like actually having a baby.
Damn.
And then thinking about like, if a mother was like excited to have a baby and then it's gone. Brutal.
Did Kill Bill get some tears out of you?
No, but it definitely made me got me in my feels. I'm like, bro,
it kind of hit you in the stomach a little bit harder.
That's brutal.
I know. And oh my God, bro. And her acting when she comes out of the coma and like remembers and she's just sobbing. Uma Thurman. I don't know. Like I think watching this in its entirety, I gotta put her up there.
Great performance.
This is up there.
Yeah.
It's like one of the most incredible. I don't really know how to describe it other than like there are times when I'm watching this movie and she looks like completely different people throughout the movie, just on her facial expressions. It's really weird. She can look so helpless, so violent, so sexy, so furious, so scared, so badass. Like she can do it all, and she looks like a different person. Or like whenever she, sometimes she's playing like kind of the cutesy, like funny girl. Like I don't know. It's really weird, and it was tripping me out. Like in this movie, I was like, dude, how is this the same person playing this character? Like she's like morphing into another person. It's really weird.
Yeah,
it's really weird. A phenomenal performance.
Another major change from the original cut is there's no cliffhanger between the two parts. At the end of the first Kill Bill, it tells you, like, you find out that her daughter's alive. Bill is holding the girl. He just chopped her arm off, and he says, does she know her daughter's still alive? Cliffhanger, movie ends, and you are ready to see the second one.
Is she aware her daughter is still alive?
That's right.
He's like, does she know her daughter's still alive? Cliffhanger to the next movie to get people to come back and watch the second one and finish out the movie. Yeah. But in this cut, you don't find out the daughter's alive until she does.
Yeah.
That's a major kind of structure change of that, because there's no need to cliffhang a movie to get people to watch the second one. It's one movie, so you don't need to get that information out yet.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And then obviously they don't have to open the movie again, but you don't see Beatrix behind her car saying her little monologue at the beginning of volume 2 saying, and I'm going to kill Bill.
Which obviously, well, I don't know if our audience knows, but every time we watch a movie and they say the title of the movie in the movie, we do the Leonardo DiCaprio snap.
Oh.
Yep. And I was pretty pumped to do that in a theater.
Yeah.
And then they took it out, which obviously they took it out. Don't need it.
No need.
Yeah.
So that's all the changes in it, but it was really fun to watch the whole 4.5 hours. It's a long stretch. You got to be a QT fan and a Kill Bill fan to go through 4.5 hours, but if you got a day and you got some time on your hands, it's a good watch. You really don't get bored in 4.5 hours.
One thing that I want to kind of shine some light on, like as messed up as Quentin Tarantino can make a scene, he's also really good at kind of choosing when and when not to do it. And one of the creative decisions that he made in this one, and I wonder if he actually did film it and just chose to not show it, is whenever the wedding happens and they get murdered. And he doesn't show that in the film. And I honestly really appreciate him for doing that, because there's so much violence in this movie, but there's not a lot of build up for the characters. It's like so clearly like supposed to be a fun action type sequence.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that, like the opening pretty much of the second movie, and you get to really meet these characters. You get to see Beatrice and her husband and these friends and this life that she plans on building for her kid and just everything. It's really weird how he just kind of connects to where you like almost know these characters. These characters remind you of people that are in your own life. And like when you see them go into the church with the machine guns, for me, I'm always worried like, no, like please don't show us let's not actually see them get killed in a brutal fashion. Because now it's not fun. Now I've actually like kind of connected to these characters, but he does a really good job. He just takes the camera kind of to a sky view and like you hear it and that's it. You don't need to see it because that's brutal.
Yeah.
That's brutal. And you know what? Somebody did do that. Game of Thrones, they did show that in the Red Wedding.
Yeah.
Guess what? That fucked up a lot of people.
Pissed everybody off.
What the fuck? Yeah, That scarred a lot of people. So shout out to Quentin Tarantino. I respect that decision a lot. Like from a very violent guy who has no fear of putting violence on the screen. But when it comes to like kind of those tender moments, I think even he knew. He was like, I don't want to see these people die. These are good people.
He knows what an audience wants.
Yeah. Like exactly. He understands like, nobody wants to see good people die. Yeah. This dude owns a record store and like is friends with some small town folks in El Paso.
Nice guy.
He's a nice guy. Like nobody wants to see these guys get brutally murdered. Now the Crazy 88, of course, kill them.
Yeah.
You know, show them getting their limbs chopped off and everybody that wronged Beatrice, but not the nice people in El Paso.
Yep.
So good creative decision. He knows when to turn it on and off.
He also is good at building the mystery because Bill is like this mysterious looming figure the entire movie.
And you don't even see him in the first one.
Yeah, you don't really see him. You don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
It's just this mysterious guy. But so because it's like this looming evil character who has so much power, like just dropping his name ends up getting Beatrix to get her Hanzo sword, which is like this guy made a blood oath to never ever make a sword again. He doesn't want anybody to get killed. Just by saying his name, he's like, I'll have it done in a month. So it's like, this guy's insane. Like, who is this evil, mysterious, omnipresent character that has control also over this elite group of assassins that are the best in the world?
Exactly. Yeah. And they're like, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, he can like make her stop yelling over the phone. Yeah.
And so not knowing who he is, being mysterious, and the first time you actually see him, he's an old man. He's nice. He's kind. You're kind of like...
He's got a little lisp.
Yeah, there's no evil. You don't see any evilness within him. You're kind of like... You're so locked into watching his performance because you're like, where is the evil? Like, I know he's this bad guy, but like, where is it? Like, you don't see it. But Uma Thurman does a great job also adding to that mystery when you first see him because she's acting like she's trapped and like she's very on edge the entire time she's with Bill, especially when she goes back inside to go have Bill meet her new husband that's going to become her husband. She's very like, this is yeah. And we're like, why? Who is this? Like, what's this whole deal?
I know, but she plays it so well where she's like actually excited to see him, but she's very scared.
Yeah.
And she plays that perfect on screen.
But then you see how evil he is whenever the massacre happens, when he was just being very nice and friendly, and it seemed like he was just there to be a good supporter of Beatrice starting her new life. He shows up just to, maybe walk her down the aisle or at least just be there to support her. But then the whole time he's actually coming there to massacre her and kill her and kill everybody in the building. So you're like, oh, there's the evil guy. And then I feel like what you're saying, not showing it just still keeps the mystery alive of like, you don't see necessarily how evil he is. You just know he did an evil act.
Right.
Like, you're not watching him be a bad guy. Even up to the very end, you don't really see him be a bad guy until he's kind of pressuring Beatrix at the very end of that final confrontation.
I know. Like, I mean, obviously, he's an evil guy because he's the head of, he's not even the head. He's a pimp. I mean, he is a pimp with these little assassin girls. I don't know how he does it. Actually, I do know how he does it. He's pretty damn charming in this movie.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. But it's, like it's, you just know he's evil just in the sense he walked into that chapel. I don't even know if at this point he knows that she's pregnant until he sees her.
Oh, well, he can see she's pregnant.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like he finds out that he tracks her down to El Paso and then he sees that she's pregnant and then he still goes through with it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's an evil person. Yeah, he's a bad dude. But it's fun. QT's good at kind of portraying that villain in almost like a funny way where you kind of like him. Like even with Michael Madsen's character, Bud, his brother, Bud is like, but he took a blood oath to never make a sword again. And then Bill's just like, well, it appears he's broken that oath.
Yeah.
And then Bud's just like, God damn, dude, like you pissed some people off.
Bad guy.
You were good at it.
Bad guy. He don't give a fuck, which makes the ending pretty powerful because like the iconic Superman speech he gives at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
That speech is more than just an interesting observation about a famous superhero. Like that's I've never really heard anybody talk about Superman wakes up as Superman and has to dress up as Clark Kent. Like actually like break that down to where he's a different type of superhero. You obviously just know that, but like hearing that him lay it out, kind of like, oh yeah, I guess that is the case. That's interesting. Yeah. Like he has to change who he is. But that speech also serves the purpose of him showing his kind of intention of why he killed her. It's because in his evil mind of being a leader of an assassin group and being a murderer himself, he says he's a murdering bastard. There's no possible way that he can understand why she'd want to leave her life with him being a killer who he believes she just is at heart. You're a killer at heart. You're not a Clark Kent. You're a Superman who murders. Mm-hmm. So like him saying that's like, you wake up every day and you're a killer. You think you can change that? Like you're not going to be able to. And he can't fathom the fact that she actually has a good heart and she has a kid. It's like, I can't do this anymore. Like I have to now take care of this baby. And so it's just like a reflection of like how his mind works, where it's like, there's no possible way you would change. Like, what do you mean? How could you possibly change? She's like, well, I was going to change because I have a baby and I have a good heart. Which is also at the end, you know, it gets proven that you obviously know she has a good heart and has some morals, but confirmation that she does is that Paime taught her the 5-point palm heart exploding technique. Yeah. Because Paime didn't teach Bill that because Paime knows Bill's evil. He's going to use it for bad intention. But if he teaches it to Beatrix, she's probably going to use it only when she needs to, and she's going to take care of the secret. Yeah. So like, Paime knew she had a good heart and knew she was a good person and had good morals, so he could teach it to her. And she was a good student, so it's like, I'll teach you this technique because I know you're going to take care of it. Yeah. So that kind of confirms her being a good-hearted person. It's also just, again, perfect storytelling, because why does Bill attempt to kill Beatrix? Is because she broke his heart. Mm-hmm. And so how does she kill him? She literally breaks his heart again at the end. Nice. Another thing, you know, you talk about that Superman speech. It's so funny because, again, you have to remember he's a twisted, murdering bastard. So his take on the Superman story, like, it's, you know, he's describing Beatrix and how, like, she's a killer and, you know, that's just who she really is. It's also, like, kind of his take on just humanity is weak. And like those people that you're going to live with is weak. And he talks about how Superman, like, this is how he views the world, and he chooses to look like Clark Kent, and it's his vision of like how weak humanity is. Not true. Clark Kent, he chooses to be Superman, because Superman, yes, he was born on Krypton, but he's raised by humans. Yeah. He's raised by like a good and loving family. The recent Superman really dives into the fact that he wants to be a human. Yeah. Like he's like, no, I am a human. Exactly. But that's really, to me, like that's one of the bigger points of Superman. It's like Clark Kent is not him being weak. Clark Kent is like, this is what a good human being looks like. Yeah. Human beings are good people. So it's not like his critique on humans. This is what he was born with. And then he chooses to be Superman. So it's just funny, like he's obviously like a persuasive guy in this movie. And so it's easy for anybody to just be like, oh, I guess he's right. Yeah, like that's a good point about Superman. But I do think he's wrong, like in the speech, like when you really think about it. So it just kind of goes to show like this villain is just really good with his words and manipulating people, which is how he gets people to do his evil bidding. His code name is the Snake Charmer. Is that? Oh, is it really? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's the Snake Charmer. That's why it's perfect. He has all these snakes underneath his arsenal. It's perfect. Hey, let me ask you this, because I was looking into this. Have you heard of that? This movie is like a Bruce Lee revenge story? No. Let me tell you. Okay. Let me tell you this. Okay, and I'll shout out the video I watched. This blew my mind because, again, Quentin Tarantino is fucking crazy for doing this. But I watched this video from Nerdstalgic. Okay, yeah. It's a good channel. Yeah, I'm subscribed to them. They're good. So listen to this. It's pretty intense because it's so obvious that this is actually what's happening. And we also know Quentin Tarantino is he's a fan of Bruce Lee. We, clearly see that in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I always thought was weird that people thought he was hating on. I have a big point about that when we do that movie. I got some thoughts on that and why people are so wrong on that. Yeah, but coming soon. But he is clearly a fan of Bruce Lee. He and me and Cade were talking about this before the episode. There's a lot of film references in here, clearly, but we just haven't really we haven't dove deep into like the 70s Kung Fu era yet. So we can't really speak on this, but listen to this. So when Bruce Lee first moved to the United States,
He was a martial arts teacher for celebrities in Hollywood, as depicted in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yep.
That's how he was making money to pay his bills. But while he was doing that, he also developed a show about a Chinese monk who comes to the United States in search of a family member. But this character, through that journey, becomes a drifter. He's got to fight bad guys. The whole, it's a 70s like kung fu flick. He pitches it to ABC. They steal the whole show. They steal his idea.
Damn, fucking Hollywood.
Bro, get this. Okay. They made their own show and called it The Warrior, starring David Carradine, who is Bill in this movie. So essentially, Uma Thurman's character is Bruce Lee, and he's hunting down and he's going to kill Bill, who replaced him on his own show. And she even, that yellow like motorcycle.
That's a reference to Bruce Lee.
That's like that. Not only that, it's like the last movie he was ever in before he died.
That's right.
Yeah. So pretty crazy like underlying storytelling. When I saw that, I was like, that is fucking madness. And then to cast David in this film, who also kills it, does such a great job. Yep. But that was like, that had to be one of the main intentions.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And obviously, like, it's not David's fault. He's an actor. He got the role. Like, good for him. Yeah. Like, I'm sure Bruce wasn't like pissed, but I'm sure when he was educated on that, it was like, dude, that's pretty fucked up.
I know he also picked David Carradine because he was Kane in Kung Fu, this popular show back in the day. He was which gets mentioned in Pulp Fiction whenever Jules is about to walk away. Samuel Jackson's going to go walk the earth like Kane in Kung Fu.
That's right. He's going to be a drifter in the United States.
And so he played a Kung Fu character. So I think like, because Tarantino's so good at, knowing the genre, knowing the movie world, just in the entire grand scheme of things. And so having the main big bad guy of this assassin martial arts crew is played by an old school Kung Fu master in an old TV show that was super popular.
Nice.
So that kind of believability and kind of being a little bit meta of like having David Carradine play the old school Bill, where now it's believable because be like, oh, we've seen this guy before as a Kung Fu dude. So of course he rose to the top, or at least he's able to, this idea of his characters that he plays could be this guy who runs a assassination squad, who's an old guy, but is still the top dog because he was the best at one time because he used to be in Kung Fu.
He's doing it all the time. Also, you mentioned Jules. Did we just watch Jules die in Kill Bill? Think about it in Pulp Fiction. He's talking about, I just want to be a drifter. Just walk amongst, just kind of like, then that's it. Like, he's not really going to do anything. And then here's Samuel L. Jackson making a little cameo as the piano player in the wedding.
Tarantino cinematic universe.
The cinematic universe. Did we just watch Jules die in Kill Bill?
Maybe. Shit.
Maybe.
I'll believe it. I'll buy it.
It's just one of those things.
I just love how it's also like, I love how he will just write in the same kind of character names or like last names. Like Beatrix gets buried in Paula Schultz, Dr. King Schultz from Django. Like, I'm not sure there's actual correlation there because I don't think he was married, but still there's like, you could come up with this theory in your brain about how the movies are connected.
Yeah.
Love how he does
I love it. Yeah. No, it's awesome.
Makes it fun. He just knows what an audience wants, and he'll just give you like these little bitty clues and things. And like, we talked about this on the Inglourious Basterds episode about how he had Brad Pitt's character have a giant scar across his neck and never explained it. So that way all the audience can come up with their own theories. So he's very aware of audiences loving and movie fans loving to come up with their own theories about movies. So he just will give you some little things to come up with your own stuff without any explanation. So that way it's all up to you and you can have the fun on your own.
Yep. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. R.I.P. Michael Madsen.
Yep.
Obviously does a great job again in a Quentin Tarantino film. I love Bud. He's just a funny guy. I think here's my underrated favorite scene in Kill Bill.
Okay.
Is when he gets called into his office at the strip club or the bar or whatever. That, I don't know who's the actor that is playing the boss there, because that is such a hilarious on-screen performance. Just so perfect. Let's go to the calendar. It's calendar time.
Oh, here he is. Larry Bishop.
So funny, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that I've really seen him in.
70s actor.
Okay. He just I love, well, first off, obviously the comedy is that this guy is doing cocaine and humiliating this guy who is a world-renowned ninja and killer.
Yes.
And Bud is just taking it, and we don't really know why. I guess he's just tired of killing people.
He just hung it up.
He just hung it up, yeah. And this guy, but I love, he goes to the counter. He's like, you work tomorrow? And Bud's like, yeah. And then and you literally see on the calendar that Bud is not working. And he's like, you don't work tomorrow. You don't even fucking know when you're working. And it's just so funny. But then another thing that I like about Bud is that, so when he's just in his trailer and Beatrix barges in the door and he shoots her with a shotgun, I like to think that that's just what Bud does when he goes home.
Sits there in the chair with the shotgun.
He just gets hammered drunk, plays some music,
waits for Bill.
It's just waiting for somebody to come barge in there and try to kill him.
Yeah.
You're a world-renowned killer. You got enemies.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know. I like that. You never see Bud in action. He is obviously past his prime.
Yeah.
He's a little bit fat now. He ain't fighting no more. He hung up his sword, stopped fighting with swords.
He even tells people that he sold the sword.
Yeah, pawned it off.
Yeah, and he's like, I think he's doing that just so people will leave him alone.
Yeah, it's a great little. I love how he just has that character lie about it.
Yeah,
I pawned it off when it literally is in his house right now. He's like, of course he wouldn't pawn off a Hanzo sword. How could you possibly do that? That's the greatest sword ever created.
Yeah.
Even though Bud's hung it up and doesn't give a fuck anymore, he's still a trained assassin and still has a respect of a Hanzo sword.
Yeah.
So he's going to keep it still.
But just telling people that he pawned it off just so they'll leave him alone.
Yeah, they're not going to ask him to
kill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, we don't see Bud in action, but because he is a trained assassin, he immediately catches that something's off. He just sniffs the wind a little bit and it smells a little different or whatever he notices, and he knows she's there. He does. There's no noise, nothing moves, nothing happens, but when he shows up to his house, his instincts kick in and he's like, there's somebody here. And so he gets ready for him, which is just a nice touch to subtly show he is a trained and skilled assassin, even though he doesn't seem like he is at this point in his life. The character is just kind of washed up, dude living in a trailer, broke as hell.
Yeah.
Willing to pawn off a Hanzo sword for $1 million.
Quentin Tarantino cracks me up, man. He's so good at making that specific character look so cool. Just something about a dude alone in his little trailer out in the middle of nowhere. QT is really good at drawing that. I also am a big fan of we all know that QT I guess borrows shots. Some would say steal. I would say borrow.
Artist steal.
He stole his own shot. In this one, you see Bud doing the margarita making.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same exact way that Leonardo DiCaprio is making his margaritas in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah,
QT literally was such a fan of that he brought it back in Once Upon a Time.
He loves frozen margaritas. I'm pretty sure that's what they drink in Death Proof.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm guessing from my memory, but I think they drank some frozen margaritas in Death Proof.
Yeah, I just love how all the characters are just so messy because it's a margarita, dude. It's just fun. It's about to get a little messy.
Movie mess.
Yeah.
Fun little inside of the short films we filmed on Rise and Grind. Whenever there's a shot of the food that Gray's about to eat, it's eggs and whatever, and I was slathering ketchup on it.
Yeah.
And I made it messy on accident. I really wasn't trying to. I was I kind of fucked up and spit it on the table. And Scott was like, no, it's good. That's movie messy. It's no, it's good for the shot.
That's good. Yeah. Also, damn, I just now realized that margarita thing, that's kind of QT, literally kind of telling the audience it's about to get messy.
True.
Yeah, because right after Bud makes the margarita, he gets bit by a snake and, dies.
Yep.
And then as soon as we see Leonardo DiCaprio's character in Once Upon a Time make his margarita, a cult comes in and Cliff Booth murders them, and Leo's character himself even burns somebody alive with a flamethrower.
Got a flamethrower in my tool shed.
Yeah, a lot of blood, a lot of killing.
So fun fact, whenever Beatrix is about to fight Oren Ishii, Oren says, I hope you saved your energy because you won't last longer than 5 minutes if you didn't. Mm-hmm. The fight lasts 4 minutes and 59 seconds.
Of course.
From the start of the music to the moment she gets her head chopped off, it's 4 minutes and 59 seconds.
He's a funny guy, that QT.
Editor, that's the editor right there.
Yeah.
Unless he gave her Sally the specific instructions.
I think with that specific type of writing, QT's like, well, it obviously can't be more than 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
make sure that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But literally, I heard this and I went back to the scene and looked at it and did the math and I was like, wow, it literally is 4 minutes and 59 seconds.
It's perfect. I think whenever you talk about the Kill Bill movies, or in this case, the Kill Bill movie, you do have to bring up the infamous QT it was like some San Diego or San Francisco, I don't know which one, and he goes on the interview and it's this lady wearing like a
that was Kill Bill.
It's Jan, yeah. And she's like, she pretty much attacks him. She's like, why does it have to be so violent? He's like, cause what does he say? He's like, cause it's cool, Jan. Yeah. Like that. I love that interview.
Yeah.
And I think was that the same person that was also saying that like Fight Club sucked?
Probably.
Maybe not, but
I'd bet on it.
I love that interview so much. And I love that like she's poking the bear of this guy who made this movie. So you just know that he doesn't have all of his marbles.
What's he going to do? Back down?
I'm just talking about like anybody that's capable of making something like this with this much murder, like specific murder too.
Yeah.
Like it's clear that he like wrote out how every single person dies. Like you're really going to put him on national TV and start ridiculing him? He's going to go off.
Yeah, I don't know the specific story on this, but I do think the way they filmed the choreography for the Crazy 88 fight was not necessarily like planned beforehand. It was, I guess he did I think it's the Japanese style of shooting these martial arts movies to where, because there's so much action going on, so many things happening, it's really hard to pre-plan it to make sure it matches with continuity. And so they were like, all right, this happens and this happens and this happens. Okay, now where's the camera after this? Okay, move it here. Okay, so she's here. All right, go. And then they would like do it piece by piece in order to make sure it all flowed properly.
There were some shots that were specific. Like I know there's one where Beatrix, she's like on the ground and she like does a circle and cuts the legs off of like some of the Crazy 88 members. Bruce Lee has some film where he does the same thing with nunchucks. So like I do see what you're saying, but yeah, he's got a few where he's like, no, I for sure have to do this one.
And I'd also would guess that he would allow the choreographer who worked on a ton of martial arts movies to like, please do this how you would do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a fan. I want to watch you work and make this your own masterpiece.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's such a big fan of that and he's never done it before. He's just a fan of them. So he's like, please do what you will.
Show me how it's done. Yeah.
Inside the Crazy 88 fight, whenever she walks on the glass and you see that undershot of her walking on the little glass floor, the soles of her shoes says, fuck you.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
That's
Just
perfect.
Building into the character of how she don't give a damn. She's out for revenge.
It also, part of me thinks that could be some type of callback to when she's fighting her real master for the first time and he stands on her sword and he's like, oh, you can get a good look at the bottom of my foot from this angle. And then he kicks her. It's like a big like fuck you to the face.
So there's the shoe right there.
That is hilarious. Oh, that was another thing that yeah.
This is a shitty image, but that's when you see it.
So the pussy wagon is obviously like, that's kind of a trademark. That's something that people were a big fan of in this movie. You only see it in the first half though. You don't see it in the second half. You might be wondering why. It's because QT was actually the biggest fan of the pussy wagon. He was very proud of it. And he would drive it around in his neighborhood.
Of course he did.
And so when it came to like the second half of filming, which I don't know where they filmed it, it pretty much QT just left the car like at his place. He forgot to bring it to set. And that was
air quote, forgot.
Yeah. And that's it. He just forgot to bring it for the second half of shooting.
It's become like an iconic car. They've used it in music videos.
Yeah.
They've used it for things before, like it gets rented out, I guess, because it's just like an iconic, hilarious truck.
Just the idea of, especially, I can't believe that is how it turned out because it belonged to like a really, really bad character.
Yes. Now there's like a little bit of like controversy with the movie. One of them, the big one that people know about is how Quentin Tarantino pushed Uma Thurman to drive this car down a road. Like, she has to do this stunt herself.
Okay.
And she was like, I don't really feel safe doing it. The car's not working that well. He's like, no, you have to do it. Do it. And so she drove it, and then she got in a car crash, and she got a neck injury. And so she was really pissed off at Tarantino for a long time. She's since forgiven him, but it's still pretty critical of how that was all handled because the studio and the set was trying to hide it. They like were trying to just hide that happened. And then it was like, negligence on set where they weren't really like caring for her safety. And they just try to push her under the rug. Like, oh, this didn't happen. This didn't happen. This didn't happen.
Damn. I also knew that she was like, because I think she had just given birth to a kid right before the making of this
3 months after he demanded that she train like an animal.
Yeah.
Like, she has to be ready to film these insane fight scenes of the greatest assassin of all time. So, he put her through his own version of John Wick training.
She looked good.
Yeah, I mean, she did a great job.
Yeah,
but she was pretty upset that he made her work that hard 3 months after giving birth, like having to train like insane.
Pretty brutal.
But so another thing is that, like people like to think that it's like a feminist type movie because it's like a strong women character. But there's kind of been some backlash as time has gone on where they're like, is it really? Like, it seems like there's a character that sells this lady's body, like a lot of like female revenge stories have to be around like sexual abuse. Like they're all like that. So that's kind of staying in that same trope versus, a man's revenge can kind of be like anything, like this is kind of like a feminist take on the whole deal. But so part of the criticism behind this is that Tarantino is the one that held the chain around Uma Thurman's neck to choke her. Like he personally held the chain around her neck for the shot.
Huh.
And then when you look forward in Inglourious Bastards, it's his hands that's choking the girl that Hans Landa chokes. I forget the character's name of the actress, but like he personally put his hands around her neck to get the shot. Like he didn't have...
In one way, yeah. In one way, I can see it as like, okay, like, hey, like I'm the director, and that you hope that there's kind of that trust built and like that close relationship to where it's like, if anybody's going to put their hands around your neck, it should be me. Like, because you're in good hands. No pun intended, truly, but that is like, I would imagine that's what he's going for.
Yeah,
if that's not what he's going for, now it's twisted. We haven't even talked about the feet.
Yeah, that's when you start looking at the big picture, you're like, what's happening here? But now his argument for it, which I would assume is the case, he's like, I want to take full responsibility for what I wrote. I don't want you to be underneath the pressure of like somebody else having to choke you and I write it and I get to watch you get choked. Like I wrote this, so let me have the personal responsibility of choking your ass out.
Oh yeah. I mean, what am I supposed to say? Like, oh wow, when you put it like that, I guess it's not so bad.
Now, looking at the shot though with the chain around her neck, it doesn't seem like it's pressed up pretty tight. It's not like it's bulging, like it's just there. Mm-hmm. Like it doesn't seem like it's being pulled.
I mean, I hope not.
Can only hope.
You can't do that. Can you? You can't do that.
No, that would be illegal.
Yeah. Can't do that. I don't know. I'm on like, well, I mean, we are doing this, and QT is under a little bit of heat right now for the comments he made on
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano. I don't know, but like, has anybody ever come out and said like QT is a creep, or he's like made advances on me that made me like very uncomfortable?
I don't know. We'd know that if that was the case,
right? And he worked with Weinstein, so we'd really know.
Now, the one pretty sketchy thing about Tarantino is during this whole thing with the Paul Dano stuff, there's been more stuff releasing, and he was like defending Roman Polanski, who was accused or convicted of statutory rape of a 13-year-old girl. And he's on the Howard Stern show, and Howard Stern's questioning him, mind you. Howard Stern, he's the one that's like, "Are you serious? Like you're defending this?" And he was like, "She didn't get raped." He's like, "She was statutory rape. He had sex with a minor." He's like, "Yeah, what do you mean?" And he's like, "The girl wanted it." He literally said that. You're like, brother, what? You can't be talking like that. What are you talking about? So when you think about the whole Harvey Weinstein thing, and I've heard him on Rogan talk about it, and he's kind of been just like, not really like saying it's not okay, but like kind of defending Harvey Weinstein a little bit. Like it's not like he was a horrible person. I mean, he worked with him forever. Like he clearly knew that was happening and continued to just let it happen. But so did everybody else in that fucking industry.
Exactly.
It's not like his fault. I'm just saying that.
He lives part-time in Israel. So I guess if the United States ever tried to come after him, he can just go.
Yeah. He just
be with the Jews.
Go back to the sanctuary.
Yeah. He can be with the chosen people. But there you have it. I mean, no, listen, I mean, the guy makes good movies. What can I say? I don't know him personally. I know that I'm a believer that anybody makes something like this, like, yeah, they probably have a couple screws loose up there.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of always been pretty outspoken with hot takes about things.
Yeah, and he's a wild personality.
Very passionate about the movie industry and is not scared to share his opinion about certain things.
Right. And but you know what? I think that fire is exactly what helps make his movies so good, because his movies are every time very outlandish.
You got to be a little fucked up in the head to make some shit like this.
Yeah. So,
did you notice this? I knew this beforehand, but watching it again, I didn't think this was true. Michael Parks plays the sheriff. He's also Esteban, the prostitute brothel owner.
Pimp?
Yeah, the pimp.
Wait, what?
Michael Parks plays that character.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does.
Okay, well, somebody needs to give him an Oscar.
It was supposed to be cast by somebody else, but the guy couldn't make the table read, and so Michael Parks just sat in and read the table read, but actually tried to perform, and he was like, "That was perfect. You're cast."
Bro, I did not know this. That's
looks nothing like him.
Completely different, and the thing he does with the eyes.
Yes, like he's all drugged up or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the accent's insane, bro.
Isn't that crazy?
That is insane. He should get an award.
And then also
he should get a great award for that.
Another dual casting is the leader of the Crazy 88s. The bald guy is also Pai Mei.
Yes. Okay. I think I actually knew that one, that's cool. I mean, I think that's QT just like kind of paying respects.
Tarantino planned to play Pai Mei. He was going to be cast as Pai Mei. He trained for 3 months to do the fight scenes.
No.
And then when he's on set, he's like, well, I have this guy right here. He actually, back in the day, this actor, let me get his name. Gordon Lau? Fuck me.
Yeah, I had a feeling that one was coming.
Mr. Sir Gordon, Johnny Moe, leader of the Crazy 88, plays Pai Mei. But also back in his day when he was starring in martial arts movies, he had roles where he would fight the character Pai Mei. Because Pai Mei is a character that's like a legendary character that spans across different movies. Like this character's like a mythical type of character.
Can't believe QT thought about playing Pai Mei.
Insane.
That's insane.
What would he have done? Like got a spray tan and like
it would have been bad. Here's the thing, because I've seen a lot of people kind of rip apart Django simply because QT put himself as the Australian dude that gets blown up. Let's be real. First off, it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
And second off, it's just not like the most crucial character to the story. Pai Mei he's the master.
You can't have a white guy playing the master.
Yeah. Also,
the Shaolin monk.
That goes without saying. But like, that's a very, very important role in this movie.
Even though it's a short segment of the movie, it still is key to it's a fucking her origin story of becoming the world's deadliest assassin.
QT plays Pai Mei. That actually fucks up this movie. That's actually like a big deal mess up.
I want to see it. I still kind of want to see it.
There's no way we could ever get that now. We might have had a shot like 20 years ago. No shot that footage will ever see the light of day.
Well, he never filmed it. He
never did film it?
No.
Not even auditions? He's got some tapes somewhere buried where he's like where he's in a basement by himself doing Pai Mei impressions and doing the fight scenes.
Yeah. Well, Tarantino's worst casting that he wrote himself and then decided to play the character was in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Where he had, what's her name? The actress?
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Salma Hayek.
Oh my God. Okay.
Salma Hayek does a sexy dance in front of him. She's like a stripper type character and then puts her feet in his mouth. And we know he's a big feet guy. So he literally wrote in the script, she puts her feet in his mouth, and then he's like, I'm playing that character.
Yeah.
The beautiful Salma Hayek's putting her feet in my mouth.
Yeah, and for those that have seen that movie, he literally like rapes and kills like a young girl to start the movie off.
Yeah.
And George Clooney plays his brother, and George Clooney's like, Jesus Christ, like, you're like a bad person. Like, I rob banks.
You're a psychopath.
You're a psychopath, you know? So, whew, okay, wow, the Pai Mei thing, that really throws me off. I can't believe that was considered. But you know
I
what?
do think it's so cool that the Pai Mei thing is like this mythical character that's played in multiple different movies. It's the same character. Like, he's a master that is like a renegade, a Shaolin monk. It's actually based on a real person. The actual Shaolin monk's name is Bakame. And apparently he like was a renegade Shaolin monk and like killed basically the entire Shaolin monk temple. Like, went in and like just burned it down and like killed everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And then
so it's not like some QT made up fable.
No, and
That's like a real legend.
yeah, and so that legend's real, and then the character's been played in multiple different martial arts movies spanning, since the 70s and beyond.
Nice.
Where Pai Mei's been a core, same exact character, like the master nobody can beat, and he torments his students, and literally that character is, the legend is that he's lived for 1,000 years. So that legend's kind of spanned true throughout different movies because he's like still alive and present in all these different movies.
Okay.
Pretty cool little, and again, he's paying homage to all these kung fu movies, so of course he's got to add in the Pai Mei character.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish we knew all the references, but sorry.
Yeah, maybe a few years down the road. I also, another little fun fact that I just now remembered, because we're looking at the cast of the Crazy 88. The kid that
what's his name? What's the actor's name?
Spanks. It's just a kid that gets spanked in the movie.
Mr. Who?
Yeah, everybody knows who I'm talking about. It's all good.
Zhao Hu.
I would say
Zhao Hua Hu.
You done?
Yep.
Okay.
Zhao
Hua Hu. He was supposed to be killed. But, I'm trying to end on a good note for QT because, we kind of went on like the dark route there. But he did make the decision when he saw this little kid to not kill him, to not have Beatrix like chop his head off.
Yeah.
So instead she does like because it also doesn't make sense for her character.
It doesn't.
She clearly like,
I think
she has like a motherly love.
Yes.
So the decision was made like, okay, we don't kill the kid on screen.
And she, in the opening of the movie, she didn't want to fight.
She did not want to kill
in front of Vernita Green's daughter.
Yeah.
And also like kind of going back to her good heart, her not killing Vernita Green and fighting in front of her daughter. She's like, that's a line I'm not going to cross.
Yeah.
I'm not Bill. I'm going to kill Bill, but I'm not Bill.
Yeah.
She doesn't kill this kid because he's a young kid that just got caught up in this crime world. It's like, all right, get the fuck out of here, kid. What are you doing? You're clearly way out of your element. You're shaking like a tree. And then, whenever she actually meets Bibi, her daughter, for the first time at the very end of the movie, she puts her revenge on pause. Like, that's not her top priority. Like, she has the opportunity to like go in and kill Bill the whole point of the movie. Like, I want my revenge, but she decides to take like an hour or two with her daughter instead. And like, that's more important to her than killing Bill. So that just shows you where her morals lie in her heart. It's not about the killing and the revenge. It's about now that her daughter's alive, and it's changed the movie. It's changed her path now. Like, oh, I have the opportunity to like stay with her. Yes, I'm definitely taking that first.
Which I can't believe he pulls that off. It works.
It does.
I can't believe like when she watches the movie in bed with her daughter, like me watching this film, I'm not like, all right, let's get it over with. You're kind of like, dude, she does deserve a little time out here. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God. Like just the whole getting buried alive and then like getting out and just the brutality of everything we've seen, especially watching them back to back. Mm-hmm. So we're like 4 hours into this. It's like, you know what? I think we could all use a little break and, just watch her like actually have some nice mommy daughter time.
I want to say, I don't know if this is confirmed or if I'm just making this up, but I want to say that it wasn't going to be like that. Like the original version of the movie wasn't going to have like a family moment at the end, but Tarantino seeing Uma Thurman with her daughter made him decide to have like the family ending.
Nice.
That's a pretty big claim. I want to make sure that's true.
After he put her through everything too, choking her out, car wrecks, getting her in Batman shape 3 months after she gave birth.
Here's AI. We're going to just stick with it here.
No, but I think I've heard this too.
Yeah, Tarantino's observations of Uma Thurman with her infant daughter, Maya Hawke, directly influenced the decision to make The Bride's Daughter alive, changing Kill Bill Volume 2's ending from its original, darker concept, and adapting the script to reflect Uma Thurman's real-life experience as a mother, adding emotional depth to its final reunion. Probably wasn't too hard for her to cry, because she is freshly a mother.
Mm-hmm. And she's tired.
Yep. Yeah, she's been working. She's been going through the ringer.
Yeah, I knew about the fight, like her getting into shape. I'd heard about that. I did not know about the car wreck in the pussy wagon.
Not in the pussy wagon. It was whenever she's going to when she's in that blue car.
Okay.
There's actually footage of it. She like forced the footage to get released.
Really? It didn't need to be her.
No. Could have been Zoe Bell.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she wrecked that car. That's a hit.
Bro. Oh, my neck is just,
And they only tested the road going the other way, apparently. Like, they didn't test the road the way she was going to drive. That's why there's like this negligence issue and why they were trying to push her under the rug, because they were clearly in the wrong on what they did here. They clearly didn't safety test this entire thing. Uma Thurman had concerns that the car wasn't working right, and they still had her go through with it. And Tarantino said he's regretted this. It's like, you should have downshifted. Oh, you're in fourth gear? Yep, you should have been in fourth gear.
Like, Uma, God, what the fuck were you doing? Oh, God. Dude, wow. No, I've never seen that before. That was, she's laughing? I mean, crying, laughing. Got to get through the pain. Dude, that's a real deal wreck. Like, you can see her neck.
Yeah, see, that was the scene.
Damn, on top of the fact that just did not have to be her.
I don't think they used the shot. Oh, they did. There it is.
Thank God. They better have used the shot. Well, damn, the more you know. The more you know. You ready to rate this bad boy?
Do it. All right, what you got for Kill Bill?
For Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, I've got a 9.6 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm biased. I'm a big Tarantino film fan. And so like acting 10 out of 10, QT, doesn't matter what character is on screen, you're going to get the absolute best out of them every time.
Unless it's Tarantino playing Pai Mei.
Unless it's, well, that would have changed everything about this movie if he had actually gone through with that. Writing, I'm going to go 10 out of 10. I mean, it's awesome. What are we talking about? Editing, 9 out of 10. It's a little long. Cinematography, 9 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of beautiful. I also was a big fan of whenever she's talking to the pimp. It's almost a glimpse of what's to come in his future films. It reminded, just the way that was shot reminded me a lot of Hans in the intro of Inglourious Basterds. Mm-hmm. Just some of the way he was shot. It was like, oh wow, this doesn't look like what we've been seeing from Kill Bill.
Yeah,
this is looking like what's to come.
Mm-hmm. If it was one movie, like if they had to make it into one movie, they would have cut that scene. He said, "Wow, yeah, this doesn't add. There's nothing that's added to the movie. Like she just goes there to ask where's Bill, and he tells her where she is. But she could have, didn't need to necessarily happen.
He could have done the whole QT and then we follow Beatrix go into the jungle where she finds we've seen him do that before.
Yeah.
So then cinematography, 9 out of 10. Enjoyability, 10 out of 10, dude. I love these movies.
Great movie.
Love these movies so much. Or I love this movie so much.
I have a 9.7 out of 10. Acting, 10 out of 10. Writing, 9 out of 10. Editing, 10 out of 10. Fight scenes, incredible. Cinematography, 10 out of 10. Beautifully shot. Again, fight scenes, beautiful. And enjoyability, 9.5 out of 10. Reserving my 10s for my favorite QT movies.
Fair enough.
But 9.5 is about as high as I can get. Oh, we didn't even talk about how, this is such a corny movie. Such a corny concept. There's so much corniness in there, but somehow Tarantino's able to just not make it the case.
Yeah.
Like the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad.
Again, it's one of those things that I love about Tarantino films is that his movies are they're like almost aware that they are movies. You know, he doesn't try to make this movie realistic. He's going for the whole like, no, this is a movie that you're going to watch in a theater. You're going to get popcorn and some Coke and you're going to sit here and watch it. And it is just for fun.
I love that.
It's for fun. And it's just very much aware of that.
I think there was somebody was talking about how, when you're watching a movie, you want a good movie to have you forget you're watching a movie and where you're like just so invested in. And Tarantino was like, I've never once watched a movie and never thought I was watching a movie. It's like, what kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, no, I think movies, like the beauty in them is that like there's a good movie does a really good job of like connecting with you, almost making you feel like you have lived through the story in some sense. Mm-hmm. Like I was talking about with the wedding scene, like it's almost like those characters just reminded me of real people that I know in real life. Mm-hmm. It can do that. But no, dude, it's a movie. It's never taken me out that far.
No.
So, no, Quentin Tarantino, not corny, but I love how aware he is, especially with Kill Bill. It's just like so clear with this one. I would make the argument it's either this one or maybe Death Proof, where it's clear that Quentin Tarantino was just having fun.
Yeah, there's like a sort of comic book-esque movies, over the top, wild concepts.
Yeah, enjoying the stunts. For this one, you were talking about it. Like, yes, bro, I absolutely believe he just had like some big-time Hollywood martial arts trainers come onto the set, and he was like, show me how it's done.
Yep. Let's just give the guy's name so we can just butcher this guy's name real quick.
Yen Wu Ping.
There we go. Yen Wu Ping. I thought it was the sword master. Tetsuro Shimaguchi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully I didn't butcher that one too bad.
We're trying here, guys.
We're notorious name butchers.
Yeah, we're really bad at it. We want to be better, but we'll get better one day.
That's not the Crown Cinema podcast. We mispronounce names. Yeah. We'll never get it right.
But yeah, dude, like he's having fun. He had a lot of fun on this one, and you know what? It works. You can see how much fun he had because we had fun watching it.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys for listening. Comment below your thoughts on Kill Bill. Let us know if you planning to or have watched the whole bloody affair, the 4.5 hour journey in the movie theater, where you can easily spend $60 on all the food and snacks.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, let us know if you missed anything. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode, and we will catch y'all next week. We are out.
Trying to buy my next meal. Seems all I do is drive. And when the boss man sends my next check in the mail, I'll have enough for closing time. And I've been cussing like a sailor since I ran out of weed. My take is